Okay, or like right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
please clap.
Okay, good. Oh, we're doing that COVID round of applause for our health workers, for Andre.
Yes,
hospital.
but
I'm in school.
Andre's
I
not
know, but
working
you
right
were
now.
in the summer. It's a belated round of applause.
Oh, is
yeah.
it?
For the
Oh, thank you so much.
For
You're welcome.
Andre's incredible
sacrifice, and you're putting yourself on the front line for this virus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust my screen so I could see like when I'm recording and when I'm looking at YouTube. All right, I think this is okay. I think
You're
this is
good
okay.
now?
Fuck, I hope so.
Well, let me make sure I'm actually recording. Oh, okay, good. That's good.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Right?
Hola.
Welcome back. This is episode 22 of our amazing, the best podcast on the internet. Don't think too hard with number 2. I'm here
Isn't
with
it
my 2. What's up?
21?
22. Last week was 21. Don't worry, man.
22.
I made sure. I made sure, man. Don't worry. I made sure.
Man.
I'm here. I'm here with my 2 amazing co-hosts, Andre and Johnny.
Grazie.
Johnny and Jonathan. How are you guys doing today?
Well, good, man. Good.
Man, I should be a radio host.
Should you?
You should.
Why
I don't have
why do you think
the
that?
like. I don't have the. I have the face for radio, but I don't have the voice for radio because I slur my words way too much.
Wait.
Gotta
You mean
work on that.
you have the voice for radio? Because radio
No,
means you don't
he's
see
calling
your
himself.
face.
No, he's calling himself ugly
No,
as a joke.
Oh,
As a joke, because like you know,
come on, buddy. You're
I'm
Werner.
I respect that. He missed an open night yesterday, so I am him.
This guy pulled a whole chupo moting.
Real shit, man. Dude, that was bad. Dude, this weekend in regards to soccer has been such a miserable experience. Oh my god. Watching Bayern and Red Bull Leipzig, that was a Sunday league game. Dortmund played like, I swear to God, TFC could have threw them.
To your woes is akin to telling a drug addict that you struggle with not drinking coffee. Okay?
Yeah, you had it rough today, bro. You had it.
Yeah.
The thing. Today,
Today. Well, like always, but
this
especially today.
season. Look, I have never watched a game where a coach's like plan was executed so perfectly. And then I'm just like watching and I was like, Mourinho is like actually just like,
he's actually an insane manager.
No, he's shit.
What? Come
over
on.
us.
He's insane. Mourinho's
He's
an
shit
all
over us. No, not he is shit. I said he's shit all over us.
Yeah. It's it's crazy because it's crazy about how much a manager has an impact. Because ultimately, like, you can have the most talented players, but if you're a dumbass who tells your talented players to play a certain way and they don't execute it, like the Dortmund game yesterday, can I not begin to describe how Jadon Sancho was played in a deep playing-making role? Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Why was Julian Brandt playing striker? Don't ask me. I don't know why. We have a wonder kid striker whose striker is his natural position. Now let's play a 24-year-old who's played a deep lying center like playmaker. Let's play him striker. Why not? We have Royce. Put him on the bench. We have Thorgan Hazard, who played striker a little bit for Mönchengladbach. Nah, play him on the bench. We have a 17-year-old wonder kid, striker. Put him on the bench. They were
all late to practice, so the coach didn't start them.
It's horrible, man. It's like, dude, we're riddled with center backs. We have we don't have the best backup center backs, but they're backup center backs. They're natural positions backup center backs. Let's play an attacking left mid center back. Why not?
That's versatility. They're trying to be like Bayern.
No, it's not versatility. Bayern, if they have a center back position that's lacking, they put a center back in said position. They don't have a Kimmich. Who plays there? Tolisso. He's a center mid.
But Kimmich also plays right back, and Alaba just plays everywhere.
Okay, we have one player like that, and that's Rafael Guerrero. But Rafael Guerrero's injured. So, okay, listen. If you need to play a right back at center back, do it. That's fine. Don't play a left mid at center back. What the fuck are you doing? It makes no sense to me.
Can I tell you how many attacking midfielders play for Arsenal right now?
Ozil?
this many.
Well, also.
I said play for Arsenal right now.
Oh.
He is the only attacking midfielder we have in the squad. Guess what our biggest issue is this year?
Attacking midfielder.
Creating
plays.
Scoring
but the thing
opportunities.
Dude, it bothers me how political football can get, because it's like, dude, your answer to you being able to score goals is sitting at home tweeting about the game.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Like, dude, it's all political. Like, listen,
it's
Ozil,
money, man.
Dude, Ozil has
money.
I know. Ozil hasn't been the greatest, and I get that. Ozil, he's had his moments where he was a little bit of a prima donna or diva or whatever you want to call him. Sorry, I'm trying to move my head to cover the light because it's so blinding. I have such a big head, so I might as well make the most out of it. Yeah, so like I get it. Ozil was acting like a little bit of a prima donna, but dude, he's to say he's not your best attacking option, right? It's attacking central option right now.
He's the only.
Yeah, he's not your best.
Which means
he's the only.
No, he's your best if he's your only. Is
Yes.
your favorite child your favorite if he's the only child? Yeah.
No, he's my only kid.
He's your only child.
If I have one child and he asks
option.
if he's my favorite, I'm like, I'll just keep saying you're my only one. Because
no
saying
fuck
favorite implies choice.
option.
Yeah.
Okay, so your only option is Ozil, and the fact that he's sitting at home tweeting about this game.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know what's another thing? You know what's another thing that bothers me is the idea of one bad game establishes your what you are for the whole season. Like, you look at like a player like Thiago Silva, he's been masterclass these last few games, but because he had that incredibly slow start, people call him a flop. Even like Harry Maguire, like, okay, listen, Harry Maguire doesn't know how to manage. No, but listen,
he's actually garbage, bro.
Listen.
Trust me, bro.
But like, let me continue my thing. A guy like Harry Maguire, right? Good. Listen, the guy can't man mark. We're not gonna
can't defend either.
But dude, here's what I'm trying to say. If it wasn't for him, Man U would be in relegation.
Nah.
All right.
I really highly doubt that.
I will.
You don't think so?
That.
Listen,
bro.
He lacks a very fundamental part of soccer, and that's the ability to move.
Yeah. No. It's even worse. It's like he doesn't know where to move. That's even worse. Dude, there's been so many games. There's one game against Tottenham. It was 2 goals where one he left his central position to go mark a winger, and then called Shaw.
And then didn't he push Shaw into the face of?
That was one of the goals that he pulled Shaw away to defend.
Yeah, I remember that.
Another goal, he left his central position to go attack a winger, go defend a winger. Called Shaw, who was tracking back to cover his spot, to go to the edge of the box, leaving a gaping middle in the box.
But then you think about Man U's back four. And you think about how fucking horrid they are. You can't tell me they would be in a really bad position without Harry Maguire.
They would be. The same.
Have you seen their season?
Dude,
like they're not winning games like 2-0. They're winning games like 5-4, friggin' like 2-3. They're getting scored on. They're leaking, bro. They're outscoring teams.
Wan-Bissaka is their only pure defender, and he's a right back.
And he doesn't even play right. Yeah, but he doesn't even play right. Like, dude, the way Man U plays is just so infuriating. It bothers me because
ugly.
Yeah,
listen, at the end of the day,
you have a player like Paul Pogba, and when he looks,
he scored a banger yesterday.
He did.
It was
fair enough, fair play.
Orgasmic.
But the thing with Pogba is, like, you're a player of his quality, and to just see him on the pitch not give a single fuck.
No.
Kind of.
I've actually given this a lot of thought, and it's actually the way the role they gave him in the club makes no sense. So you have.
Well, I mean, that's why he doesn't give a shit.
No, he works hard. When I watch like the games with the stadium sound, and he's always talking, but the players that he has around him have no sense whatsoever. I've seen so many times, like on France, whatever left back's playing, they play 1-2s, 1-touches all the time. It doesn't matter what space. Shaw will never play into Pogba ever. I've seen Pogba show so many times as Shaw's doing pirouettes, looking for other options. and he just launches it up the field.
I mean, it's a little like, at least like, pirouettes or something, bro. Dortmund's play style right now is literally, Haaland wasn't on the pitch. So, but the thing is when Haaland's on the pitch, you're like 100% kudos. Hummels, boot the ball up and let Haaland run after it. He's a horse. Sure. If you want to play Bramptonese soccer, play Bramptonese soccer. But when you have Julian Brandt up there or Jadon Sancho up there, if you have those two options as your top two and you continuously boot the ball up to try to get them to get it, it's not going to happen. It's like, dude, I want to see something, man. This last 2 weeks have been such a fucking miserable experience as a Dortmund fan. I can't. It bothers me, man. It bothers me.
Bro, you just said.
You're telling me that's not how Brantonese played back in the day,
bro. Matchy.
Not when I played for them, but maybe when they left.
Arsenal are in 15th.
Oh, I honestly thought you were gonna leave it at 5th. I was like, that's not bad. Then I saw that. I was like, that's 10 less than what I thought.
You're complaining about kick and run. Arsenal don't even kick.
No,
it's like, listen, all I'm saying is you guys the worst thing about Arsenal's situation right now is I think you have arguably the best center back in the Prem right now, and you guys still can't get results. That's what bothers me.
Well, the problem with that is when you have a midfield that are filled with trash cans in front of the defense, they struggle a little bit. You know what I mean? And like the biggest issue is other than who was it? Aston Villa or West Ham? Aston Villa, I think. Other than that game, like we're losing games by like 1 goal, or like that Liverpool game we lost 3-1, I think, but that was only because they scored in like twice in like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying is like our defense isn't the issue.
No,
it's our midfield. Our midfield.
You know what you guys need?
Dirt.
You guys just need to buy an Ibra, and then he'll just reinvigorate your squad all over again.
Listen to me. They showed us the stats today. It's at Arsenal. Last 5 minutes, 91% possession. Tottenham, 5% possession. This was 30 seconds before our son scored.
Yo, that goal was actually filthy.
That was a dirty goal.
Can we start acknowledging that Heung-min Son and Harry Kane are probably the best in the top 3 best duos in the world right now?
No.
Honestly, I don't know. What? I don't know any other duos, but I
can tell you that Son is way underrated and he should be way higher.
He's way underrated.
Listen. You guys want to know what's that? This is the first time Barcelona's been outside the top 10. Sorry, like outside the top 5 since 1990.
I don't even know what's going on over there, to be honest with you. I'm too stressed to look anywhere else other than what's going on.
They just lost to what's that team? I don't even know who they're called.
Don't tell me it's Osasuna or something like
Osasuna.
that. Osasuna. Same difference.
I don't know what the accent is above the A, but it's Cadiz.
I don't even know what that team is.
It's like CA with exactly. They lost 2-1 to them yesterday. And dude, I was watching a little bit of that game just to like, because back in the day when Barcelona played, it was a big deal no matter who they played because it was so fun to watch them.
Yeah,
I can't do it, man. Like I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the mentality is in that club. And
I mean, when you have Iniesta and Xavi retire, and then you get Arthur, and then you sell him for Pjanic, and then I don't hear about Pjanic ever again. That's the problem. I think that'll do something to me wanting to watch them play.
I really think they set the tone for their season the minute they did that shit to Messi.
Yeah, and then Neymar, you
hear what Neymar said?
No, what did he say?
Like, yo, I want to play with Messi next year.
It doesn't matter where it is, but he wants to play with Messi. So either he's going back to Barca or Messi's going to PSG.
No, Messi going to PSG.
I think so too. I don't think. I don't think.
Neymar's just watching from Paris, and he's like, "Yeah, I left at a good time."
Yeah, listen. If Neymar goes to Barcelona, they're losing every game like 7-6. Messi and Neymar are going to score 6 goals, and they're still going to lose every game.
Yeah.
No, but it's the thing is like I feel like Barca was riding such a high that they didn't have a backup line. So when you have Iniesta, Xavi retire, when you have Busquets hitting his 33s or whatever, Messi's not young. Messi's 32, and although 33, and although Messi is still like lighting it up for Messi standards is not, but for world standards he's lighting it up. Not gonna happen, man.
I think Barcelona was just too good for too long because you can't reason for why you should bench Xavi and give a youngster like Thiago. They had Thiago Alcantara before the Bayern days, he couldn't get into the starting lineup because of Iniesta and Xavi.
They sold Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah,
for pocket change.
It's their fault, man, because like
they couldn't manage. They didn't
like
potential.
Look at Bayern. The only reason Bayern's like this is because they're smart. They're planning for the future. Every time you see someone that needs replacing, they already have a backup plan.
Always.
Yeah.
Like Lewandowski's backup plan, I bet you it's in their head already. They know.
They already have it. They have that. They have that.
And it's
the Dutch kid. What's the Dutch kid's name?
It's that Mukoko kid from Dortmund.
Shut the fuck up. No. He's too young. Mukoko is Bayern's backup for when they have Haaland, and Haaland's gonna move on. That's what's gonna happen. Fucking Christ!
If Haaland's a flop, they're like, oh, it's okay.
We have Mukoko lining up. We have Kramaric and Hoffenheim for a little bit. It's okay.
Man, they watched you guys yesterday. Let's see how the academy's doing today.
Yo, the sporting directors at Bayern is like, yo, there's no up and coming kids coming through our academy. He's like, what you mean? Just look at the Bundesliga. That's our academy, bro.
It's horrible. But yo, to be fair, I am shocked. Like it took like. I never want to admit this. The impact Bayern have on the Bundesliga is, I am not surprised no team has won the Bundesliga in 7 years. The amount of power they have on the Bundesliga, dude. Tell me, like, even though they lost out on Werner and Havertz, but they had Werner, Brandt, Havertz, all those world class. They had a Götze like lined up back to buy back from Dortmund. They had Ousmane Dembele lined up from Dortmund. They had Haaland lined up before he chose Dortmund. Like they have all these players lined up, and they're always. It doesn't matter who it is. They're always in the runnings for them. The
only reason I would say I was a professional. The only reason I would have to join any other team in Germany would be if in my mentality I would be like I'm the one that's gonna beat them. Would be the only reason, right? Because you're not gonna, dude.
Or you just say like, I need to boost up my resume so that they can buy me in the future.
Or like I don't know. Listen.
Or I pick Dortmund so I can join their academy first before I get called up to the first team.
You guys are so disrespectful. It's unbelievable. The worst part is I can't say shit because you guys are it's facts, man. Like, dude, you know what's bad? You know what's bad when. Like it's good business by Dortmund because it's actually fantastic business by Dortmund. When you buy Hummels from Bayern for 500k, you sell him to Bayern for 30k, and then you buy him back for 11k. It's like 11 million. I'm talking FIFA.
Oh, bro,
30 million.
$11,000.
No, 30 million. This guy. So it plays every K I said with a million. So they bought him for 500,000 euros. They sold him to Bayern for 31 million, I think, and then they just bought him back for 11.
Okay.
So it's good business by Dortmund, but it's like you spend all your time building up developing this guy just to go and have him win back to back trophies.
and then
get sloppy seconds, bro. That's
what it is, man. And and then Bayern, you know what Bayern did? And look what Bayern did. Hey, you know what? We have a backup for Alaba who's better than Alaba at left back. Why don't we sell Hummels and just shift Alaba over? Why not? And fuck, man, it works. It's incredibly annoying. Yo, odds Kimmich turns into a center back by the end of his career.
No, I think they're gonna if
Upamecano.
If he continues progressing like that, they're just gonna buy him.
Oh, they're gonna buy him. Oh yeah,
because Alaba is leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna buy him.
They do need somebody. They do need someone for Alaba.
And this 3-3 game, they're like, this guy stopped.
Listen, I saw a Twitter post that's saying Alaba to Arsenal. What do you think? And then there are people who had the audacity to say we didn't need him in our team. I'm like,
pardon?
I'm like, you don't need a center attacking right back striker goalkeeper on our team.
You don't need an any.
Yeah, you don't
That's
need
his
any.
position.
need
It's
any.
just any.
Yeah, when that Alaba, that Dortmund, when Dortmund played Bayern like 3 weeks ago, and I know this is a late time to bring this up because this is like 4 weeks in the past. Dortmund, that was the best Dortmund football I've seen since 2013. I've never seen such good like play. Like we were out king standing. Just Alaba was better.
Yeah,
dude, that guy won the game for them, and it's not even like he set up the Sané goal. He scored himself that insane free kick shot. Like it's just fucking insane, man. Like, dude, it's annoying. It's annoying how good they are. That's all I'm saying.
Matt,
and it's crazy that he's only 28.
Yeah,
I thought he was old.
And you know the worst part? They're treating him like he's a 35-year-old.
Yeah,
that's how deep they. That's how
old.
deep they are. That's how
Like,
deep
bro,
they are. That's insane.
5 years down the line, what are you gonna do for me? So get out.
Yeah, but I will say they better stop that because that's how Arsenal fucked themselves over. Arsenal was literally like, once you hit 30, you're out the door. Like we got rid of so many players like that. And
but here's the thing with Bayern. You want to know an even crazier fact?
What?
They have 2 players older than the age of 30 on their starting lineup. Do you know Jerome Boateng and Robert Lewandowski?
How old is Neuer?
Like 29.
No way.
So I'm like 29, or he just turned 30.
I swear this guy's like 45.
or he
Neuer's been
30.
playing since I was born, bro.
Yo.
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
Oh no, he is though. He is. Okay, so
Okay,
3. He's 34.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm like, this guy was at Schalke when he was like 20 something at least, bro.
Okay, no. Okay, so they have 3 players that are over the age of 30.
That's
Okay.
nuts.
Starting lineup. So it's like Muller isn't
Still
30
an
years old.
experienced team.
Muller's not 30?
No, Muller's like 29, I think. He just turned 29.
No way, bro. No.
What the fuck?
Muller's actually 37.
Dude, Muller in 2014 was 21 years old, or like 23 years old.
I'm gonna call you a liar. And
What?
not
Well,
because
how
I
old
think
is
you
he?
are.
How old is he in 2000? Which one where he scored? He had the.
He had the
Golden
7
Boot in the
goals
World
in.
Cup.
I think that was 2014 Brazil. I think he was like 20.
He's 31. He's 31.
Oh, so never.
31.
Okay, I just said everything. I just lied to the whole world.
No. It's 5 people. I think it's 5 people who are probably like older.
Yeah, because Kimmich is dirt young.
Okay, but that's a good balance though. That's what you
Sané,
You got
yo,
experience
listen,
and
here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing about Bayern. This is why Bayern is world class, and there's nobody. When you look at a team like Dortmund, this is what Dortmund does. We make a superstar, we sell him, we make another superstar. Okay.
Yep.
Here's the thing with Bayern. You buy someone who was supposed to be a superstar, wasn't, and then you just make them a superstar.
then you keep him.
Here's what Arsenal does.
Gnabry did that. Ribery did that. Robin did that. Sané's doing that. Kingsley Coman's doing that. Lewandowski is, well, he was bought as a superstar.
He was big.
You guys turned Goretzka into Captain America.
Like Goretzka was supposed to be a superstar, and like although he's still young, but like okay, fine, you made him a super. Like not
I
a
feel
superstar, but
he's the only one who made it out. Because remember, it was him, Draxler, and Meyer, and Max Meyer.
Yeah,
Maximilian Meyer was
that
like
kid
the
was
Schalke's 3.
That kid was disgusting. And no, Sané was there too.
Sané came
Sané
after
was
them.
young though.
Sané. I count Sané as the generation after.
After,
Yeah,
So you
because
count
that was after he didn't start getting like big until Draxler and Meyer left.
I
It
think
was
they're the
only
same
Goretzka and
age,
him, I
no?
think.
Who Sané? No, Sané's like
Sané
24.
and Goretzka is 25 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Goretzka was like he was nasty at 18.
Yeah, I remember because
okay,
I had him in like I don't remember which FIFA it was, like 2014. This guy had like a projection to like 90 or
90 something. Remember when
Yeah.
Balotelli is one player that I've always
He
wanted.
actually breaks my heart.
I know. He was one player that I wanted to just. He was one guy who I wanted to be the best player of all time.
That shows you, man. That shows you behavior is like such a big and like discipline is
But,
such
like,
a big
you have-
part
I
of
wish
it.
just
look at,
like
like, Ibra,
Mancini
though.
just beat him. Just
Look at-
beat him.
Look at like Ibra though.
But Ibra
Yeah.
doesn't cause issues. Ibra is very
Ibra's
focused.
actually very disciplined. He's just he's so good at what he does that he's like naturally overconfident.
He's a cocky asshole.
It's just socially he's like that. But like if you watch him like play, like
he's a perfectionist.
because
Yeah.
when he
feel
says,
like
"Listen,
Haaland-
I'm gonna do
Haaland-
this," he does it.
Haaland reminds me a little bit of a Ibra. I think Haaland's gonna have the same kind of Ibra vibe.
I don't know,
think
bro.
that.
He smiles too much. I don't know if he can do
Haaland?
it. Yeah, he
Yo,
smiles
Haaland
too much. I don't know if he can do it.
No, Haaland is like a Majin Buu type of guy. This guy is just goofing around and just causes mass destruction.
But dude, you see him. You just see the way he plays. Like I think Andre. That one time Andre watched the one Dortmund game. Story time. So we were all in the it was Champions League, and I was just at work, and I get a message from Andre in the group chat. Andre's like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Dortmund for once in my life," and then it's like, "Oh, this Haaland guy's actually really good." Banks like 2 goals in like 13 minutes. So no, that kid is insane.
Nah, he's good. The reason why he's so good though is because he's so fucking like big, but he moves like
a train,
like a 5'4" like kid. Like I mean, like his
like
agility.
Used to move.
His agility doesn't match his size.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and actually, he's one of those players. He reminds me, like, I know this is a really early comparison, but he reminds me kind of like the way R9 used to move, where it's such a huge frame, and he was able to stop on turn on a dime.
Yeah,
that it kind of gives me that kind of. I'm not calling him R9, yes. not a chance, not yet.
But the style,
maybe even eventually. But no, it's not even the style, because Haaland doesn't like R9 was able to dribble with the ball. Haaland, I don't think if he ever dribbles with the ball, I'm screaming at the TV. All I want him to do, I want him to do is take a touch.
Like their body type is similar.
Yeah, the way they turn and find positioning is very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, but you see how Son like cut back and just like shot the ball and then it went in the net?
Yeah.
You know how many times I've seen Arsenal do that this season?
None.
In the Community Shield one time, Aubameyang did it, and that's it.
And that's it.
Aubameyang isn't that kind of guy, though. He was probably just feeling himself.
No, he did it twice in a row. He did it twice in a row.
Listen.
Yeah, but he did that in Dortmund. That's the thing.
Is sponsored by Fly Emirates.
No, so he can do it. Today, he had the chance. He got the ball on the wing. I'm like, Aubameyang, this is like bread and butter. Cut back and just kick the ball. This guy freaking swings at it with his left foot and then into the defender.
He's trying to get his left foot stars up, bro. He's 3-star right now. He wants to get to that 4 or 5-star. So he's like, yo, FIFA, let me show you what I'm doing.
Let me show you what I'm doing. Yeah, and that's why he's a 3-star. No, but it really bothers me as well, because like I hate bringing this back to Dortmund, but it's like you look at a player like Jadon Sancho, even I feel like I don't know if it's the no fans that's like lacking in like this passion, but Jadon Sancho back in the day was so good at like doing these, like when he had 4 or 5 guys around him, he was so good at these incredibly minor, intricate plays that you just don't see anymore. And it's so frustrating, because it's like, when a player is still capable of it and it just doesn't happen. And that's what I feel like when I was watching Barcelona yesterday with Griezmann. It's like, yeah, okay, he scored 2 goals the games before in the Champions League, but it's like the thing when I saw Griezmann in the World Cup, he was so good at being able to like have the ball, have the ball in tight spaces and just one turn and he's out. And he was so good at that. And like, dude, now he's playing like a Erling Haaland. Like, dude, you're not supposed to be playing like an Erling Haaland. Why are you playing like an Erling Haaland? It's just infuriating. It bothers me when players
I think it's the fans, because the atmosphere of playing in a stadium is like a festival. So you want to like put on a show.
100%.
Empty stands.
1000%.
I don't want to put on. What am I doing tricks for?
Exactly. 100. I can't agree more. I think that's huge. I think no fans is like, I don't want to say killing the passion of the game, because all 22 players are fighting like blood battle, whatever. I don't know.
Speak for your own team.
Yo, okay, but I can't. Who played yesterday? I saw. Okay, it was a Man U and West Ham, and Pogba scores that screamer. Yeah, and that was the one. I think that was the first game, or one of the first games where they had fans back in the stadium. Yeah, and so like the hype, even though they were opposing fans, like the booing, it gets you hyped.
It does,
and
dude.
There's a London derby, and Sung scores a screamer like that, and it's in his home stadium. So you're gonna get. I don't know. It's the vibes.
Did you see Jamie Vardy kick the corner flag and snapped in half today?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's a guy who needs, like, some players need fans. That's a guy who doesn't need fans. I don't know how he does it.
I heard that he drinks 2 Red Bulls and has a cup of coffee before every game. So he's always
that's why his hair's always standing up. You think it's not gel, bro? It's not gel.
That's why his eyes are always popping out of his face, bro.
Dude, that guy is one of the most. I think he's one of the most underrated strikers. It's
He's
because
a pure finisher.
he's good, man.
Yeah.
Tell me how Giroud scored 5 goals in 2 games.
Yo.
Yeah, I
Yo,
was gonna bring
low-key,
that
he's
up.
nasty.
I was gonna bring that up. Like if we're talking
He
about
single-handedly took
Qualified.
assist
Chelsea.
record away from Ozil. Single-handedly took the assist record away from this guy.
What do you mean?
Ozil was literally like 5 assists away at Christmas from the Arsenal record. Didn't get it at the end of the season.
because
Giroud was our striker.
Yo, I didn't know where that story was going, so it killed me.
no, but yeah, it's the leaving Arsenal effect. No disrespect, but that's
No,
what it
actually,
was.
most people who leave Arsenal turn to shit. Actually, there's
Yeah,
only
like
a couple
Henry.
people that. Yo, chill, bro.
No, he went to
talking about
Barca,
really?
and you never hear about this guy.
Bro, he went to Barca, won
And then all of a
trophies.
sudden, he's in New York.
Now he's coaching Montreal, and apparently they're nasty. I don't know.
No, they're
man.
not, bro.
Oh.
They're so poor.
Are they? I don't know.
And I've watched. Yo, I can't. I watched the MLS when there's nothing on.
Okay. But listen, I'm not talking about like nasty in general. I'm
No, I
talking
mean
about
like playing
for-
style.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking
Oh.
about for the
For the-
MLS.
No,
Are they not winning games, bro?
no.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
TFC is poo too. Man, all the Canadian teams are just going down the gutter.
Yeah. You know what's sad? When I actually had more fun watching the CSL than I did watching the MLS.
Were you
CSL?
watching- Were you
The
watching
Canadian
CSL?
soccer. The
I
Canadian
know
soccer
what
league?
it is.
No, but
CPL.
like before COVID, like that. If you're watching the CPL, it's actually pretty fun. It's not good football, but it's fun football.
It's fun because like you know some of the guys.
You know some of the boys. It's like,
You're like,
it's like
this
dude,
guy-
it's like I played against half of these guys growing up. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
In 20 years or whatever, that's gonna lose this luster because like I don't know these kids.
yeah. But like right
It's
now,
mumble
it's like,
rapping.
yeah, 100%.
I heard some of them are doing pretty well in CONCACAF. So,
Oh, yeah?
I think Forges.
I don't know. What
That's
that,
CPL
I wish
teams?
I
Yeah.
could tell you what that is.
Oh, the Forges is like one of the
No, I know
Hamilton-
I know who the Forge are, but like
Oh.
who are what's the CONCACAF?
CONCACAF. It's like
Yeah.
It's like
Champions
Europe.
League for
It's UEFA, but
for-
for here.
for North America. and South America.
What? That's so
Yeah.
cool. Thank-
For North and Central America, and then
Weren't TFC in the finals for that one year?
yeah, and then they got slapped
And they got
by like
piped.
El Tigres or
No,
something.
they
like
got
that.
like
Or
it wasn't
Chivas
even like
USA.
close. Like they got piped in every
Yes,
single.
they
Yeah.
got actually lambasted.
And this was like during like one of our best years ever,
This was after
then-
we won the MLS Cup,
and we were
With
nasty. We thought we
Giovinco.
were nasty. Then we went there, just got piped.
and then Mans just said, "No, let me show you how it's done."
how is that?
You
Some
MLS
random.
friends.
It's like some South American.
I think it
team
was
that-
Chivas USA. What?
I just said Las Tigres.
Oh yeah, Las Tigres or whatever. They just ran
Anyways,
through
bro.
us.
Anyway, bro, I can't talk about footy anymore, man. It's just depressing. I can't talk about this.
So you got another topic for us, bro?
Oh man, bro, I've been doing. How was your week, Machi?
How was my week? It's actually not the worst. Like, remember how I had that whole problem at work last
Yeah.
episode? This week, it was kind of like, it went by so fast, but it was so busy.
That's good, man.
And it was
That's
just
good.
like, I got in at 9 and I started working and I'd be like, I'm kind of hungry. I should probably go on lunch, but it's not even that late. And I'm looking, it's like 4:30 and I'm like, I gotta go home soon. Fuck.
That's good, man.
Yeah, so that was my whole week. It was literally just grind. I worked with a few clients. I had this one client who needed a truck wrap, right? A massive truck wrap, and it was not. I don't know if he's gonna watch this podcast
Why?
because he's kind of like, he follows me on Instagram.
Oh,
Okay,
So,
well,
that's
you
okay.
can keep it to yourself if you want. You don't have to say nothing, man. Like, no
Listen.
one's compelling you to do this.
Listen, when you have a good relationship with a client,
Yeah.
but you completely disagree with his perspectives on said design, but you're in a position where it's like, fuck, I have so much work. I have so much work to do that
Whatever.
I don't bother correcting like the design like to what I think is better. So I just do what he wants. That's how I feel about this truck wrap. Like, it's a nice truck wrap. Like, I did the best I can, but it's like, I wanted it different.
It's okay, man. It's not for you. It's for
I know it,
him.
but listen, it's not about. I don't care if it's for him or not for him. If I do something and it's going to be out in the public, I don't want. The worst thing I want is another person who has a design mentality to go like, "Yo, it's such an ugly design." Oh my
How
god!
would you know though?
Dude, I did story time for when I had a thesis. Story time. So what we had to do was we did like a test thesis, right? And it was like, so it was like in a week in class, a week we took like whatever work we had done so far, and we put it out like in a little like exhibition for people to come and like look at it and stuff. You know what's sad when you're sitting there with your friends and all you hear is, what the fuck is that? And you turn around and these 3 chicks standing over my work just looking at it, and I'm standing there like from across the hallway like, oh fuck.
You gotta fight them in the. You gotta.
Nah, what was I gonna do?
At them, bro.
Yeah, it's OCAD though. It's OCAD though, so I'll say something and I'm gonna get expelled. Saying like, hey,
send them malware.
Hey, no, don't. Why are you being so mean? I'm offended. And then to a bunch of snowflakes. It's fucking horrible. You can't say that though. Cancel culture, right? Can I say OCAD is a bunch of snowflakes in there?
I don't know.
I have so many.
If you want OCAD fans,
dude, I have so many snowflake stories that like it's unfucking believable.
I like winter. I want to know. Every snowflake is unique.
Okay, so I'll tell you the snowflake story. So thesis week, and there was this right before like, so the way OCAD theses worked was we spent all year working on this project, right? This was our thesis, and at the end it was like this grad X thing, a graduation exhibition where all these theses were out for a display, and like it looked really nice. You know, you saw all the amazing work the students did. And before GradX opened, a judge would walk in and rate all the projects, and would essentially, it was like a contest. Best thesis won, second place won something, third place won something, whatever. I didn't participate because my dumbass didn't set it up in time. But so after, when GradX started, they released the winner of thesis, right? They gave them a huge ribbon, whatever. And it was this really, it wasn't like, my opinion on it was a little bit lazily done, but it was because there was so much of it that it was like, it won because it was a fuckload of work. And what this person did was essentially, it was a bunch of little books that she interviewed maybe like 200 refugees, right? And she made little books about their story and like how their experiences was in Canada and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so this one, right? This one. And holy shit, the negative backlash towards this. Like, a lot of people didn't like, they really disagreed, but a lot of people, because of how OCAD like cultures works, you say any, like, you could be critical because that's part of the job and it's part of like the school's mentality. So when other students critique you, it's all good. When GradX opened and random people came to see this award-winning display, I swear to God, they shut down the entire room because of the negative backlog. And then like, you have an entire classroom protesting on behalf of their behalf of their partner that they're not going to show any of their work because
what do you mean negative? Like, people just didn't like it?
Yeah, people didn't like it. That people would show up and be like, this is what won? That's not very good. There's better work out here. And because of like a few 50 or so comments like that of random people coming in, and these aren't random people, these aren't design minds. Yeah. Like, what do you expect? Like, people aren't going to like your work all the time.
Well, if
some
it's
people loved it.
I feel like if it's designed, majority of people are gonna go like strictly based off how it looks.
Yeah, exactly.
And not really look into any deeper meanings of
And
anything, really.
and the worst, and so like it's like because of this, they shut down an entire classroom, for like like a day. I think it was because like all these students would be like, she worked so hard on it. You guys don't appreciate shit. Yeah, this one guy who like literally started screaming at random people who are like commenting like this guy chased people down the halls disagreeing with their opinions because it's I don't know, man.
That's artists are sensitive, man.
Dude, yeah, dude, man, I've had people who said, what the fuck is this? And I'd be like, bitch, I don't give a shit. What am I got my piece of paper. What do you like? I don't give a shit.
I mean in general, right? Because like even look at musicians or people doing a lot of stuff, whenever they get like feedback, everyone will be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
And they go straight defensive. Like, I mean, you're putting something out of the world to
but then
people's opinions. So
yeah, and then you also have situations where it's like you have those assholes who take advantage of art, tape a banana to the wall and call it art. And then it'd be like, this is my concept. And then when people say it's shit, it's like, yo, you don't understand it. Like, no, it's a banana on a wall, you dumb shit. Like, what are you doing?
We've talked about this before, man. Art is
stupid.
Arbitrary. It's the
stupid.
value attached to art is arbitrary. I fully believe that. I fully believe that. Yeah. Anyways, that was Matchy's week. What's your week, Johnny?
I genuinely
stayed in bed for 5 days.
I mean, school stuff, yeah, cool. I don't really remember most of it unless I have to.
No, you don't have to, man. You're locked down. Great. You're listening to the government. Well done, buddy.
Well done. Good thing you're not.
Except when I go for walks and I steal. What?
Children?
No. What?
Steal kisses from random people. You walk by them, you just give them a smooch and run.
Yo, I'll probably get like arrested for domestic terrorism because
yeah, you might.
They probably would
actually.
I
biological warfare.
Yeah, I thought about doing that.
Andre, how was your week?
Don't worry about my week. Just ask the question.
So we can move on. So my girlfriend and I had this conversation, right? And we talked. How much time do we have?
We have about 20 minutes.
We have time.
I'm joking.
All right. So me and my girlfriend had this conversation. We got into like a really, really heated. It wasn't even heated argument. It was more like a
passionate.
No, it was a very. I don't want to say heated, but it was like
you weren't angry, but you were very into it, but you weren't mad.
It was intense.
Yeah, we weren't. I don't know about her, but I wasn't angry, but I strongly disagreed with her point of view.
Okay.
So
that's hate speech.
So yeah, snowflakes. No. So what we had was we were talking, and then we got onto the conversation of cheating. Now, in a situation like you're in right now, right? You're not married or whatever. This goes for you, Johnny, like your hypothetical girlfriend. You're not married, right? And she cheats on you. You're breaking up with her, I'm assuming, correct?
See.
Right?
I'll say most likely.
I don't think it's up for debate. Now, you two are married. You two have a child or children, and she cheats on you. And she cheats on you. Are you guys getting a divorce or not?
I wouldn't.
It's probably unlikely.
See,
I wouldn't.
It's honestly
I wouldn't,
probably unlikely.
I wouldn't get a divorce. No.
I'm going to call after this and say the boys agree with me because I said I wouldn't break off the relationship either, and she says why? Like that's such a break of trust.
I mean, it is breaking like trust, but I just feel like
the impact
once you're at that point, there's just like more important
you got kids
things
involved,
to consider.
Bro.
You have more important things to consider.
Thank you. Oh my God. Now this isn't much of a discussion.
But I will say if you obviously it's going to take time for like forgiveness and all that. But if you can't let it go, then you probably should, because you're going to fuck up your kids.
The dynamic of the relationship would definitely change.
We talked about my perspective was that it's like, listen, you cheat on me, you're dead to me. But the point is that our kids
have to grow up in a
need
household.
need a house, need a home, a household. Because I've known people with divorced parents, and like if you have divorced parents, you know, God bless you. I'm not diminishing your life or diminishing your parents' relationship or your relationship with your parents.
But it's emotionally hard.
Yes, it's not even emotional. It's just difficult.
Because what happens is that, and it's not it's not like a conscious choice, but I think you end up choosing sides over time. You end up siding with, okay, you were wrong to do this, or you were wrong, or you were right to do this, and then
100%.
Already.
And if you have children, and it comes to a point where you know you're trying to move on, and your child doesn't approve, and then that creates toxicity between your and your child's relationship. Like, listen, I get cheating. Cheating is the worst thing that could happen within a relationship. Like, it's a complete breaking of trust. All this stuff.
To be honest, I could think of a couple worse things than cheating.
You think? Besides murder.
Besides physical violence and mental disruption.
Disruption.
Okay, like probably cheating.
Anything that isn't considered inhumane
or a crime.
Or crime, exactly. But so it's kind of like the idea of having a family for your child to grow up in, I think, is way more important than your pride.
I honestly will say, like, I understand like the difficulties of like people growing up with divorced parents, but I've also known people whose parents, like, you can like tell, like, they like don't love each other, but they're like staying together for the kids, and they're arguing all the time. It's the same effect, but it's probably worse because both of your parents are miserable, and you're basically teaching your kids that like you can be miserable, like you're I don't know how to explain it properly, but like,
so you can be miserable.
Being within a toxic relationship is what you're that's the first thing your kids are seeing, right? Yeah. So like now your daughters and your sons are going out in the world with that idea in their head.
But I mean, it could be a situation where it's like, listen, I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I'm assuming the way I would act, like I think I'm way too soft as a human being. So if said my wife cheated on me and we had a child, anything that happens within mine and my wife's relationship post cheating, any like arguments or discussion we'd have about that, I would forget but not forgive.
But see, the problem, like we also like underestimate how much like kids
psychological
are like affected by things, because like there are kids with like serious like misconceptions and problems because their parents will fight, and then they'll fight in front of their kids, but they're gonna make up in their bed when they're alone. So all these kids are seeing is, oh shit, my parents are fighting, they probably hate each other, oh my god, because they're not seeing them make up, because they don't have that idea. So like you can keep whatever whatever issues you're going on with relationships, you can try and keep it hidden, but you won't. Kids are way too perceptive. I'm telling you, you won't be able.
No, I get that.
And
but
then, like, listen, and I also feel if you do stay with them and like you actually are trying to like create, I feel like if you're gonna stay there, if you're trying to create a good household, I feel like eventually, like, you may not forget, but like you'll come to a point where you're just gonna be like, okay, whatever this happened, we're just gonna have to find a way to move past it. Whether or not it's complete forgiveness, it'll show for time, but like,
now let's say your children move out and you know the fact that they cheated on you is still bothering you. Then do you pull the trigger and just say, I can't live like this? Like I lived like this because we had a child, but now that child's old enough to understand what happened and what's going on, that they could take care of themselves.
That's up to you. Again, it also depends. I feel like certain things are in order. It depends on like how the cheating happened. Like if like, I feel like I'd be easier able to forgive like a drunken night, like one night stand, rather than having a full on second relationship,
like an affair, right?
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those two things are different, and it also depends on how early it happens. And how I find out. Because if like they come to me and express regret immediately,
would it be worse if it was earlier or later?
I feel like it would. If you're planning to stay together, it'll technically be better for your relationship if it's earlier, just because you have more time before you decide to break up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then
like the worst time to do it would be when the child's maybe like 9 years old.
Oh, you mean like
No, like,
not when you find out, but when it happens.
No, when it happens. Like, I mean, considering Machi's scenario, he said like you can divorce after the kids move out. If they cheat on you when the kid is literally has his bags packed, you're most likely going to get a divorce. But if they cheat on you when the kid's 2 years old, you have friggin' 20 years to deal with it.
What if the kid has his bags packed, but she cheated on you when the kid was 2 years old, and you find out?
That's a whole different.
That's what I was thinking you were.
No. That's a scenario I've talked about like a bunch of times. I've asked people like that's the one that gets me. That I honestly don't know what I do
because it's like you trusted them. They lied to you for X
like
amount
you've been
of years,
living a life, basically.
Yeah, and I feel like that might like I cater back and forth like because like sometimes I'm like, oh, it happened so long ago. Then like. I like obviously it hurts still, but like I would care less. But then at the same time, you also realize that they've been lying to you for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So
and
like,
it's like, and then you think back to all the stuff you guys have done and all the promises you've made within those 20 years. Yeah. And just like, did you break all those promises, or like I couldn't have trusted you for any of that if I knew, right? And it's like, how can I trust you going forward?
My issue is like I'm just petty, so like I feel like if like I was cheated on, I would just be like, if I was cheated on, that I would just start doing like some just like petty ass shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I would like
like literally dumb stuff. Like I'd make food just for myself.
I'll do laundry and mix the white clothes with the colored clothes. So now
only her load. Only her load. You
I'd make food just for myself.
And starchy. I'll overcook food. I'll overcook some. I'll drive the car and leave it on empty.
Leave it on empty
every time.
I do some dumb things like if she makes dinner and like it's on the table, I'd be like, hey, where's dinner? And she's like, it's right there on the table. I was like, oh, that's not for your other man. I thought that was for your other man. I just assumed I just like
petty.
It'd be one of those.
Yeah, no, I'm just a petty dude, so I feel like that would be like the hardest thing to like overcome in that sense. But yeah, it's a tough question. I honestly, but the second scenario, Johnny, I don't know. That one would have to like happen. Like if like you got cheated on today and you find out when you're 62, like what do you do?
Yeah.
See, for me, and I like obviously I've never experienced this, so I don't know how I would actually react. Yeah. But for me, it's like because like marriage is like until death do we part and stuff like that.
That's what I said.
And so if I make that promise, it's not what you do. Like if you break your end of the bargain, that's on you. Mm-hmm. But for me, as like someone who, because I like, even though I break promises, I don't like
breaking promises.
If there's a way that I can, that I'll keep it, then I'll make sure I uphold my end at least. So if I marry a woman and it's till death, then I'm going to try my hardest to keep that promise.
Yes.
Yeah. If she doesn't want to, then cool. But
that being said, in your sense, I guess it's in the church or like in front of God, it's till death do you part. Couldn't you still technically divorce legally? But like as long as you're not going out there like being a hussy.
Well, I mean, you could be
you know
married.
What I mean? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like you're
still,
if
you're separated.
Yeah, so like you're basically saying you go do whatever you want, but like
I'm not gonna go sleep with anyone else.
I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're divorcing to give her the opportunity to do whatever she wants to do. So technically,
no.
If she, you know what I mean? Like if she gives you divorce papers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I would sign it because it's her. That's her choice.
Yes.
But exactly. I would never, because that's
be able to find somebody else.
My mindset.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just say, okay, now it's done. I'm gonna break this promise, even though I said death, because you did this. I'm going to now do this to break the promise. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
you sit back and just wait for her to die.
Well, that's how that sounds like the intro to every first 48 episode. It's like she cheated on him for 15 years and he had this memoir wrote down of all her escapades, sexual and otherwise, of all her partners that she's had in the marriage. And he wrote down all the positions they did, and he killed her in every position in torture for 13 hours because she had 13 partners. Don't ask me how I just made that up. I've never watched that show in my life.
He has a book. He has a book that says that exact same thing in his room. That's why.
No, I've never been cheated on, so I don't know what that emotion would feel like.
Well, I mean, betrayal, right? But like, yeah, how do you?
I've never
had experience it either.
And it also depends, because like relationship cheating versus marriage cheating, and
that's
like
a different ballgame.
Listen, relationship cheating is like once you get cheated on, it's like it's easier to say, okay, that's it.
It is easier to say,
savage mode,
but that doesn't mean it's easier like legally, but like it might not be easier emotionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you may already be there. You might be married emotionally without like the legal papers.
No.
Yeah, but like married with kids and then divorce is that's a different sport.
Okay, so what if you have kids but you're not married?
That's why kids, you don't have sex. Because it's a whole headache, bro.
Yeah, that's why you gotta wrap it. Just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up.
How many girls do we know that have kids now that were just debuts in high school? Right?
Way more than I originally thought.
Way more than I want to admit.
Like people used to talk about it when I was in high school, and I used to think about it. I'm like, oh, not that many actually. But now looking back, I was like, oh,
dude, I just scroll through my Instagram and I'm just like, Jesus Christ,
it's crazy. So
many baby photos.
So all that creates headache, creates so much. So this is why. And as hard as it is, I'm like, this is why God said, you can have all the sex you want when you're married, but just don't do it outside, because if you have kids and then she steps out on you or you step out on her, or so and so, or you break up and you have you have a whole child and keeping you together, and this is toxic.
And you have like retroactive sin, like absolution. Like say you have sex with your girlfriend and that's a sin, bad. But then you get married to that girlfriend and you never had sex in between. Can that like wipe out the sin of having sex?
No, you have to ask God for forgiveness, and then that's it. That's the only way you can get forgiveness.
No, just be like, but I was already married technically.
That's why you don't ask God for money for the bike. You steal the bike and then ask for forgiveness. That's how it is.
Then you get hit by a car right after. It's like, that's the punishment.
You get paralyzed. You get paralyzed, so you can no longer ride your bike. But then the money you get from the car accident gets you money for a bike you can no longer ride.
No.
God's big burning this.
And in your dream, he comes to you, was like, I was actually going to give you that car, but you stole the bike, and that. So
I hit your ass with that car.
And you know what my response is? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you didn't, okay?
Patience is a virtue.
That's like saying anything. You could literally just wait for someone in your life to fuck up and be like, yo, I was going to do this for you, but then you did that. But you had no intention of actually doing it.
It's like, I'm gonna say that to my girlfriend next time she wants something. It's like, I would have done this for you, but...
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you fuck up and you're like, yo, I had a PS5 for you in the queue, but then you fucked up.
Play video games anymore. I'd be like, send it to me so I could refurbish it.
Babe, I bought you this pizza, but you didn't text back, so I'm eating it by myself.
I did that once when I was a kid, and this is how I know. This is how I know movies have such an influence on behavior. Because I remember, I don't know what the movie was about, but then I would have pizza days when I was in like grade 2.
Oh, I thought it was a story for pizza day, but so okay.
I brought back, I think it was some dessert or some chocolate, some cake or whatever. And I brought back one piece for my brother. And then in the movie, it was something that was like, I was going to do this, but because you cheated on me, never mind. And that was in my head. And I just walked up the stairs, like, my brother's name is Andre. For those who don't know, it's
I
not
know
this Andre, but for those who don't know. Anyway, so I'm like, Andre, do you listen to me? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I don't think you listen to me. And I brought you a piece of cake, but because you don't listen to me, I'm just gonna eat it. And then I just sat down on the stairs and ate the cake. I had no reason. I just made drama for myself.
Speaking of pizza day, one time in 6th grade or 5th grade, I asked for forgiveness after, but I stole a kid's pizza.
You stole a kid's pizza.
I stole a pendant from the Toronto Zoo.
Ryan P.
Oh,
I stole his pizza.
Yeah, I know.
It was an accident, but I did steal his pizza. So I didn't order pizza.
Oh, yo.
But when she called me up, and it was like it was subconscious stealing.
Mm-hmm.
So we all sat down, right?
Calculator in high school. Oh, sorry, go on.
Like we all sat down. And if we had our desks clean, we can go get our lunch. And it was pizza day, so if you had pizza, then you can go get pizza. She didn't call anyone's name for pizza, right? So I just assumed, oh fuck it, I'm going to go get a pizza. Yeah. And then after, poor Ryan walks into the classroom and starts crying because he can't find a pizza. And the teacher's like, what? And so she starts reading the list and looking around the class on who has a pizza that shouldn't, and there's my fat ass just. So Ryan, sorry, I ate your pizza, bro. He got another pizza though, so it's all good. I got a free pizza that day.
Anyways, ask for forgiveness, never permission.
Yeah, exactly.
Never permission.
Never permission. Ask for forgiveness. Title of the episode. Or something along those lines.
That is the lesson for today. Yes. Only ask for permission. I mean,
no.
Only ask for forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Don't ask for permission.
No permission.
You have free will, so you have permission to do everything.
Fact.
So exactly.
But if you mess up with such privilege, then you go ask for forgiveness later.
Listen, as I grew up as a human being, as I grew up from a child to an adult, I learned quite swiftly that if I asked my parents to do or for anything, it was most likely no. So I was like, all right, you guys can't disown me, and it's illegal to kick me out the house. So I'm going to just say sorry after it's already done.
Hey, Mom, I bought $1,000 worth of FIFA points on your credit card. Just want to say I'm sorry.
I put a down payment on another house. I took out another line of credit.
Okay, but I also wasn't a fucking hooligan, bro. That's a difference.
No, I for those of you who are asking, I never spent nowhere near that amount of money on FIFA points.
In total, probably you have, man.
In total, maybe. But no, I've never stolen my mom's credit card to buy FIFA points. Never.
No, that's
all right. With that, we're wrapping up the episode.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right, so finish it.
No, I don't want to. Johnny, you finish it.
Finish it with what?
And end the pod.
Mortal Kombat?
Finish him.
Thank you for watching Don't Think Too Hard podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Don't Think Too Hard
podcast. Yes. On TikTok and on Twitter.
Is it the same thing on TikTok?
No, it's at ET2H podcast.
Because TikTok only lets you do like 20 characters.
Okay. You can find us on all our DSPs, as Spotify, iTunes, Audible Books. If you would like
Audible
to,
Books,
SoundCloud. Are we a rapper? No, but we do post our podcast.
We're also not on SoundCloud.
Okay. What other apps? What other? There's iTunes, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio app, Stitcher,
Tinder,
Podchaser, ChristianMingle.com, BlackPeopleMeet.com.
I was looking for that website.
Is it gone now?
No.
Did they take it off?
No. I was like in my head. I was like, I know there's a website like that for Black.
Find us on YouTube or any other website with XXX in the title.
Except me.
I wonder if we just post this on porn sites if we'll get
views. Maybe. You have some freaky people out there. They'll skip. Like, where's the fun part, man? Where's the fun part?
Button in that red button and that bell, so you can get notifications
whenever we drop
new episodes, merchandise, and clips.
Merchandise.
Merchandise.
The last
you heard
two items.
Okay.
The last two items were lies, obviously, fallacies.
What do you mean? They're clips sometimes.
Eventually, we'll do merchandise.
The merchandise.
We'll do a merchandise giveaway.
And there are clips. Once school stops giving me 78,000 assignments at once, then we'll get clips up again.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, to be
Very
fair, I
impressive,
should probably
sir.
do some clips in the meantime, but I haven't missed you too. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have yourself an amazing, amazing week. We'll see you here same time next week. Enjoy whatever you're doing on this amazing Tuesday afternoon.
Or morning, or night, or Wednesday, or
Y'all trip me
Thursday,
out whenever you
or
say
Friday,
that.
Saturday. Whenever you're listening to this, enjoy what you're doing.
Yes, have a great day. Bye, guys.